Hello student. Today I will discuss about the post-fertilization. Post-fertilization event or occur after fertilization. Post-fertilization, there are some important changes after fertilization inside the ovary, inside the ovule, inside the integument. So there are some many changes occur inside the ovary, that is called the post fertilization. And next topic is called the formation of endosperm. So I will discuss about the post fertilization. It is a ovary. Ovary is the part of the crystal or carpel. So basically fertilization occur inside the ovary. Basically you have to call the inside the ovule. Inside the ovule, this is the zygote. Zygote is formed after the fertilization of male and female gamete. When the male and female gamete fuse to form the zygote, the process called the fertilization, and diploid cell is formed. The diploid cell is called the zygote. And here the secondary nuclei, polar nuclei, comes to feed to form the secondary nuclei, and the secondary nuclei is fused with the male gamete to form the primary endospermous cell. प्राइमरी इंडोस्पर्मस सेल या न्यूक्लियस कह सकते हैं, प्राइमरी इंडोस्पर्मस न्यूक्लियस. इट इज अ ट्रिप्लॉइड इन नंबर. Antipodal cell and synergid cell are totally degenerate या disappeared. So what type of changes are takes place after fertilization inside the ovary? So the first changes, this one, ovary is a swollen part of the carpel. Ovary is converted into fruit. This one is the ovule. Ovule is converted into seed, and integument is converted into seed coat. There are two integument. In case of angiosperm, the integument is converted into seed coat, and zygote, it is a diploid in number. Zygote is converted into embryo, and this one, the primary endospermous nucleus, it finally converted into primary endospermous cell, and it forms the endosperm. So this is the different type of changes are takes place inside the ovary, that is called the post fertilization. As first point is the changes of the different type of changes are takes place inside the ovary, and second point, around the embryo sac, the parenchymatous nucellus are present, and the parenchymatous and nucellus are totally used up by the embryo sac. So that is called the nucellus get used up by the embryo cell in most of the plant, but in some plant, yes, some embryo, the nucellus are persistent, not completely used up. This is present in remain in contact with the embryo sac. For example, that is the beetroot and black pepper. The example of the beetroot and black pepper, and that type of nucellus is called when those embryo which have the nucellus, that is the persistent nucellus, that is called the perispermic seed. That type of seed is called the perispermic seed. And third point is the formation of endosperm. So after the triple fusion, secondary nuclei are fused with the male gamete to form the embryo, to form the endosperm, and the endosperm are stored the nutritive food material to supply the developing embryo. So these endosperm only help to the provide nutrition material to the developing embryo. There are three type of endosperm. First is called the free nuclear endosperm. Free nuclear endosperm. Free nuclear endosperm, look here. This is the cell It has the triploid nucleus. Only karyokinesis. Karyokinesis means only nucleus are divided in many times. It also a triploid in number, and that type of endosperm is called the free nuclear endosperm. Only nucleus is formed. It is not followed by the cytokinesis, only karyokinesis. For example, whitery part of coconut. Inside the whitery part of a coconut, whitery part is a good example of the free nuclear endosperm. Second is called the cellular endosperm. Cellular endosperm, firstly, karyokinesis, karyokinesis, nucleus are divided into two, and then cytokinesis. First of all, karyokinesis and followed by cytokinesis. So that type of endosperm is present in a solid part of the coconut, yeah, whitish part of the coconut. It is basically called the cellular endosperm. Cellular endosperm, firstly karyokinesis and then cytokinesis. पहले न्यूक्लियस डिवाइड होता है और न्यूक्लियस फिर चारों तरफ सेल वॉल का फॉर्मेशन करता है और फाइनली इंडिविजुअल सेल्स बनाने का काम करता है. थर्ड इज कॉल्ड द holobial endosperm. Holobial endosperm is the intermediate between free cellular endosperm and cellular endosperm. So firstly, cell undergoes the division to form the four cell stage. जैसे cell divide mitotically to form two cell, it further divide to form four cell, two cell stage, and finally four cell stage. And these cell undergoes karyokinesis. Only karyokinesis will be takes place. So that means first of all cytokinesis, and thereafter each cell undergoes the karyokinesis, and that type of endosperm are intermediate in between free nuclear endosperm and cellular endosperm. The good example of the monocot. And the presence and absence of endosperm, seed are divided into two types. First is called the endospermic seed and second is called the non-endospermic seed. So those seed in which endosperm are totally utilized by the seed, that is called the non-endospermic seed, and those seed which persistent the endosperm, that is called the endospermic seed. So all over the what is actually function of the endosperm? Endosperm is the type of tissue, is the type of cell which help to provide nutrition to the developing embryo, and these zygote is converted to embryo. So embryo are further divided to form the new plant in case of monocot and in case of digot. So I will the next lecture and I will discuss development of the monocot and the development of the dicot.